Our first cat is one of the first cats that you're going to see when you walk onto the adoption floor, and this is Anky, and he is a 2 to 3 year old domestic Shorthair. And Anky's kind of an interesting name. So we went through a phase where we wanted to name things after dinosaurs, right? But dinosaurs' names tend to be really hard to pronounce and very long, so we just kind of shortened everything. So that's how he became Anky, and then we had like Diplo, I think, and some other things on the adoption floor. And that's how they got their names. He is a very sweet guy. He's happy to sit on a lap, be held. He also has a little bit of a playful streak, but he is definitely a cat that is shy in new environments and new places, and he's showing that off right now. You know, it might just look to the casual viewer like, oh, he's just relaxed and curled up on a lap. But he's curled up so small to kind of make himself as invisible as possible because he's nervous in a new situation. And if you can't see me, then you can't hurt me type of a situation. But he is not as fearful because, you know, his ears are still relatively up, his pupils aren't super dilated, so you can kind of look at different things. And when you get him into a home environment, you want to expect him to be a little bit nervous as well.
So I've heard that it can be harder to adopt out animals that are colored black. Is that true?
That is true to a certain extent. You know, there are tend to be more black animals than some of the other color patterns and things like that. So there's just more of them to be adopted, and there's less things that make them stand out. But also there are, you know, the perceptions, right? Like the old wives' tales, like they're bad luck and things like that, which in pretty much every other country except for this one, black cats actually mean good fortune and things like that. So it is something that we see, but over time, all of our black cats, all of our black dogs, they all eventually find their forever families.
So what does make Anky a standout?
So one of the things that I love about Anky is because he was recently neutered and he's a little bit older, he has those great tomcat cheeks. So he has a really big head and these really like substantial cheeks that are just fun to like rub and pet. And his meow and his voice is something that also really sets him apart. He's a pretty big cat, and you think with a big face like that, he would have like a very like strong meow. And he really doesn't. He makes these little like chips and chirps, and he has a cute little purr that's a little bit atypical. And I think that is also a feature that helps him to stand out and really make him unique and special as opposed to some of the other animals on the adoption floor. If you are a person who's ready to take on an adult cat and don't want to deal with all of the rambunctious behavior that comes with kittens during this kitten season, and you think that this cat is going to be a good fit for your family, you can visit him by going to visitfcac.as.me to book an appointment.